One of the questions I get the most is, Lennon, I'm showing up on social media, I'm doing all the things. Why am I not selling my art? I got this question from a newsletter post that I did, and I thought, well, let me look at the people that are liking this, that are engaging with it, and I'll see what patterns I gather from their accounts and then report back. And so I found 5 reasons that your social accounts aren't growing and that you're not making sales. And we're gonna go over those. And then at the end of this, I'm actually gonna give you a quiz so you can self-assess how much of this is accurate for you. And some of this might sting, it might feel like I'm being very direct, and that's because I am. I wanna be direct with you all this year. I don't wanna sugarcoat everything. I really wanna make sure I'm taking off my kid gloves this year and truly coaching you all, helping you all get to the next level, seeing yourself as a business owner, and really starting to lean into utilizing the internet in a way that feels good to you, that feels exciting, that feels fun. If you're new here, welcome to the Stop the Starving Artist podcast. My name is Lennon. I am hell-bent on helping artists get $1 million in sales from inside my community. And as of today, we've seen sales of $6,015 in January so far. And I haven't even pushed everybody to report their sales yet, so I'm really excited to see this number take a big jump whenever we get all those tallies in. Please forgive me because I am a little bit sick and I am in a different location. I'm here at an Airbnb, so you won't see this all the time, although I wish you would. This is pretty awesome. Look at that. That's like a freaking old bank safe behind me. So cool. I wish I had this backdrop all the time. Anyway, let's talk about the top 5 reasons that you're not growing on social and you're not making sales. Number 1, you're just not consistent. If you're doing less than 100 posts a year, you're not consistent, and the reason I say that is because I look at least 3 posts a week. And why is this important? Well, it's important because if you're not consistent, you're not building a culture with the people that follow you. I did a one-on-one today with a really talented artist who did about $7,000 in art sales last year. And what we noticed is that he had a really good sequence for selling. He would bring people in by trying to get a lot of views on a social post, and then he'd look and see who was commenting, and he would cold DM those people that seemed the most interested in the work, and then give them an opportunity to buy. But there's a problem. If that's all you're doing is trying to get big views, but you're not building trust and connection, an opportunity for someone to say, oh my gosh, I actually really like this person, I'd be willing to pay them money, then it's gonna be really hard to convert those people into actual buyers. And so I love this idea of at very least 3 posts a week inside my community. I'm giving out prompts so that people can easily do 5 a week, but 3 a week. If we were gonna do just 3, I'd want 1 that was designed to get views, 1 that was designed to build connection with your people. So it's not gonna get as many views as the other, but it's gonna let people in on you as a human, not just as an artist. And then the 3rd one would be something specific like a behind the scenes video or something like that. And the reason I like 3 a week at minimum is because you have to learn what it takes for you to grow if you want to grow. And the only way to learn is to have data. And the only way you get data is by taking action. So you gotta be consistent. I'm sorry, don't shoot the messenger. It just is what it is. Reason number 2, you're just not changing anything. What do I mean? Well, you post, but you don't change something if something works or if it doesn't. If it works, what do we want to do? We want to change little things that make it work better. And if it doesn't work, then we may still want to change little things to get it to start to work and then continue to change little things to make it better and better and better. But most artists, and again, this is coming from people that read my newsletter, I clicked in, I looked at their accounts, they're maybe trying something for 5 posts maximum, sometimes 10. That's me, honestly giving some slack here. But then if it doesn't work, they give up on it. They say, oh, well, this isn't gonna happen. Real improvement takes change over an extended amount of time. I look at the very least 30 days. And what do I mean by 30 days? I mean 30 posts. If you can do 50 or more, that's even better. And I'm talking about for short form content here, things on Instagram, TikTok, stuff like that. And another very simple change that I don't see artists do enough is just trying different platforms. So you can use a software like Metricool, for instance, which is something I use, that allows you to post on multiple sites at once. They have a free version that's great. They also have a paid version. I use the paid version. If you're like, well, Lennon, I don't want to pay for anything. Well, don't run a business, because you're going to have to pay for things. That's just like par for the course when it comes to having any sort of business, right? And I'm going to do a whole other video on what platforms are performing best for what later on, if you want me to. So just let me know in the comments if that's something that would be interesting to you, because I have a really great data set on that as well. And the third reason why your socials aren't growing and you're not making more sales is because you're only showing your art. People need to see you, and they need to see your art. We should see you in your posts. And I don't mean that you have to talk in every post, but like, we should see your face. We should be able to connect with you. We should be hearing a message that is not just what your art is about, but like who you are as a person, at least 50% of the time. When I only see your art, I don't see you as a professional. I may see your art as professional work, but I don't see you as a professional. Think of it like this. If I go to a coffee shop, what makes a coffee shop great is not just great coffee. It's the atmosphere. It's the feeling I get when I'm there. And what causes those two things, like at large? Well, it's the people that run it. So do I know the barista? Does the barista know me? If they don't know me, are they trying to connect with me? Are they making small talk? Are they asking me how I'm doing? You know, am I vibing with the values that these people seem to have? And let's just look at it straight from a social standpoint. If I'm following any sort of business, and we'll use the coffee shop example again, if all I see is coffee, am I going to keep following them? No, why would I? There's no value in that. There's nothing there except this feeling of like, well, they're just trying to show me their product so that I'll come get a cup of coffee. And we want to be like coaxed a little bit. We want to be kind of wooed. Like, I think about my kids all the time. You know, if I want them to eat a new food, I don't just show them the food and say, go eat it. I got to like kind of eat it in front of them and talk to them about, hey, what do you think about this thing? Do you like this kind of stuff? And I like bring it up. I'm like, well, you may enjoy this. What do you think? You want to try it? And that's a whole different approach. And they're way more open to it. And artists don't want to be salesy. And yet when all you're doing is showing your art, is you're actually being salesy, because you're pushing something on people and not allowing them to start to trust you as the salesperson. If you want to be seen as a high quality professional, your socials and all these things need to be well-rounded. We need to see a good mix of you as the artist and the art you make. The fourth reason that you're not making sales, and this is all about sales, is just you're not consistently selling. Let me be real. People don't just click on your link in your bio to go buy your art. And people don't read your captions all the way through to get to the very bottom where you might have said something like, you know, this is for sale, go to my website. People actually don't read your captions over half the time. This is a very real statistic. So if you're not consistently and strategically talking about how your art is for sale and how someone can buy, then you are not consistently letting people know that your art is for sale. Think about it like this. How many artists are on the internet who aren't trying to be professional artists? They're just trying to share their work. Hundreds of thousands, if not millions, right? So why would you expect that someone would just automatically assume that you sell your work? You need to be making videos on your Instagram or TikTok or whatever, talking about how proud you are of your work, what you hope it gives to somebody, and how they can buy it. Again, sorry, not sorry. I know this may feel a little brash. I don't mean to, but I just want to be very real with you all. Because in 2026, you really got two options. You can choose to just make art for yourself, and there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. You are not any less of an artist if you never choose to sell your work at all, or you can choose to make it a business. But that's going to take grit. It's going to take determination. It's going to take courage. It's going to take time. And it's going to take patience. And It's going to grow you more than you ever thought was possible when you start to see the potential of that growth as you see like doing business, as an artist. And the fifth reason that you're not growing on your socials more and you're not making sales is you just don't have a system and you don't have feedback. One study showed that learners without consistent feedback over-predicted their performance by over 40%. This means when you watch a video like this and you go and you take action on it because you have this head knowledge of understanding it, but you've not done it before, you assume that you're going to do really well because your brain thinks it understands it. But if you don't have feedback from someone who understands what they're looking for, then you're really kind of living in this false narrative of feeling qualified when you're not actually qualified. And then when it doesn't work, your brain flips out and it says things like, I've been on social media for years, like, Lennon, you have no idea. It's not action that's the problem. I don't need to be doing more. I'm already doing it. And you may not have feedback to help you when things aren't clicking. Or maybe you get feedback and then you do that one or two times, and when things don't improve right away, you give up. But here's the thing I want you to take from this. Sales is not about content, and content is not about sales. Content can help you get more sales, and it will, but improving in making content and improving in making sales are two different skill sets. And I know somebody out there is watching this and you're frustrated. You're like, Lennon, I've been doing this a long time. You have no idea. Trust me, I have some idea, okay? But I want to give you a set of questions when I was feeling the same way that you are, that sort of woke me up and to be honest, kind of shook me a little bit in a very good way. And these absolutely changed my life when I think about doing business as a creative. And the questions are this. Number one, am I doing the thing? And the thing could be anything. It could be content. It could be sales. It could be any of the 5 things we talked about, right? Am I doing it? And then the second question is, am I doing it consistently? Because it's one thing to just start doing it. If you're not doing it, just start. There's no shame in just getting started. That's the beauty of being a human being, right? And then you start, and then once you start, you say, can I start to do this consistently? And then the third question is, am I doing this consistently well? You won't know whether or not you're doing something consistently well without feedback, and you likely won't do something or do it consistently without a system that makes it simpler. So like I said, I want to give you a quiz that you can take that allows you to self-assess where you can grow more. To get these questions, all you have to do is go to the link in my bio. It'll take you directly to this newsletter article that this video was created from, and you'll have all the questions there. You don't need to put your email address in or anything to like get these questions. But if you want to sign up for the newsletter and receive more stuff like this, there's an opportunity to do that there. I would be honored to have you be a part of that. And if you're good, you don't need the questions, no problem. YouTube thinks that you'll like this video next. You can subscribe by clicking here. I just want to say thank you so much for being a part of this community in whatever way that you are. I can't wait to see us see $1 million in art sales in 2026. Don't forget, you don't make art, you are the art. I'll see you next time.